Hi, it's Jasmine Lee. This is my reflection number 3. This is the third reflection. Today is Wednesday. I wanted to talk about a few things I jotted down. The most important big idea that I wanted to talk about today was educating students or um, reteaching or any type of thing using manipulatives. I think that that was probably the big aha moment that I had today. Starting off with our articles, so we split up from elementary, middle, and high school, and there was a common thread of, again, algebraic thinking and having students use a manipulative or some sort of symbolic form. And especially in the middle school article, I know that we were saying out loud that I have um, I have trouble using manipulatives. I don't like using manipulatives, and it's mostly because A, I wasn't taught that way, and B, I was never taught how to properly use manipulatives with students, and so that's something that I like stray away from and do not do. But it is beneficial to the students, and it is something that I should be doing. Um, what else did I want to say? That I'm sorry. Um, the second example where I saw using manipulatives is when we used not the algebra tiles, but the ones in between. What were they called? Mm, I'm not quite sure. But when we had to do the multiplication of 23 times 56, our table had no idea how to do this, and it was all secondary math ed people, some at the middle school, some at the high school. And I remember like looking over my shoulder, looking at what elementary ed teachers were doing, and they're going through and they're getting it all done. And I remember thinking, like, I have no idea. And truthfully, it was an elementary ed teacher that went up and explained to us how to do everything. And I think, yet again, another benefit of collaboration. Not only with the benefit of knowing getting it explained to me by an elementary teacher, but also with my other secondary teachers that teach at different school districts, I was not alone in not knowing how to use the manipulatives. And you ask around at your table, do you use these in your class? Have you ever used this? Have you ever seen this? Do you know what to do? And that was not something that people that were secondary know how to do. And later on with the algebra tiles, I mean, of course, it was something that I eventually learned how to do. I don't know if I necessarily liked, but I think the big picture in today is, I believe, question number 3. How can students benefit from my learning right now with other teachers and my experience in being with this class? And I think students can greatly benefit. And it's not only that every day I'm learning something new, but I'm learning how to use all of these manipulatives. And for the students, whether they come to me and they've already learned something, like I can, reteach the kids that are struggling or go through and, I don't know, even the newer topics when I do things that are new, have them use the manipulatives, but also with taking one problem and applying it to the elementary level and then applying it with extensions to the high school level. Just everybody knows, even within their classes, that there's like a low group, a low group, a medium low group, a high group. There's so many different levels of students, of what they understand, what they knew from before, their prior knowledge, what they'll get, that even using the things that we talk about from other groups, from the elementary point of view, from the high school point of view. I mean, I can use all of those points, all of those views just in my class alone. And that's another reason why the students are going to benefit from me being in this collaborative setting that I'm in. Um, last thing. Disadvantages. I don't know if today that there were any disadvantages, because I feel like I had to take a step back and kind of learn from everyone else when we're using manipulatives. So I feel like I was at a disadvantage today, but by the end of today, I understood how to do everything. Um, Thank you. That's my reflection number 3.